Hello there, Ronlings. So, I'm kind of sun in my face, sun in the camera rather. I'm kind of happy and not happy. I'm completely ambivalent about this because I'm in a really beautiful woods. I love this woods. It's such a beautiful and lovely view, and there's so much animal activity and what have you, and it's lovely sounds and really relaxing place to be. But I've got to keep that sun. Yeah. But it's the same place I came on my first backpacking video. So we've been here before, which I know is inevitable. You do it enough, you're going to end up coming back. Especially if you like the place, why wouldn't you come back? I just didn't want to do it so soon. But I broke the golden rule of camping and of stealth camping, or perhaps any camping, I don't know. And I didn't check out the area I was originally going to properly. I did it on Google Maps, but I didn't come and actually have a look. So I wandered around there. I wasn't happy about that. Too exposed here, ground too bumpy there, blah blah blah. And the light is fading. So I quickly hopped back in my car and popped into here because it was quite near. So I'm not exactly in the same place. I found I think a slightly better place from the point of view of cover. I'm much further away from the paths and much more covered by trees and stuff. It's slightly more dense than where it was before, but it's the same woods. So it's lovely. It's going to be nice, and it's inevitable I was going to come back here anyway because it's lovely. But it's not. I didn't want to come back to the same place so soon. But it's what it is, and I've got some lovely things lined up for you later on. I'm actually going to do some proper cooking for once. Well, in my opinion, proper cooking. It's very simple, but it's proper cooking. So that's that to come, and just a lovely, hopefully relaxing camping evening. So yeah, let's get to it. So, just before I get cooking, I'll show you my new Christmas present, which I haven't actually used yet. Broke of one of my own personal rules is that when I get new equipment or new things, I like to try it out at home, where in a controlled environment. So if something goes wrong, you're at home. Don't matter. Didn't do that again. Same with the checking out the area. Didn't do that. I mean, I've ended up somewhere nice, so here it is. It's Ridgemonkey. It's a very small and compact. It's marketed as a sandwich toaster, but I mean it's essentially a. I mean, it is a sandwich toaster. It's essentially a saucepan, a frying pan, really, and so it's really neat because it stores the handles inside. Pull the handles out, clip them on. I had to carry a separate bag because this is really heavy, and then I had to bring the food, and then it's kind of starting to get heavier and more stuff and less space. But anyway, so that's as it stands there. It's also got little tools inside as well. One's fallen out, so it's nice and compact. Yes, as compact as you're going to get for camping. There's the tools, various tools for actually doing it, and then you've got like a double saucepan. So I shall be cooking a cheeseburger tonight, So I'll simply just start frying it on there and then just flip it over and on the other side, and that way you don't have to get it out and someone flip it over. You can get different sizes. I wanted the most smallest because I do intend to take it backpacking with me. Look at that. That's my view. That's where I'm facing. I took the camera off its stand and turned it around, and that's the beautiful view I've got through the woods. Excuse the wobbliness, I'm just about to get up. So, isn't that lovely? Isn't that gorgeous? This is my 360. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, in conjunction with finding an area big enough to put my tent on, also have to not be underneath a big pile of trees as well. Although this looks quite well kept, you know, looks like a lot of the branches are being cut down regularly, but even so, here's my that's where I am. So there's a nice big space, no weather makers for me, and there's no wind at all, so I'm not worried about a tree coming down. So yeah, here we are back to the beginning where the old beauty sun's coming through. So yeah, that's my view. I mean, it's gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, as I said, I've been here before, but that is it is a gorgeous place to be. Absolutely gorgeous. And look at that, all the brush on the ground is there's no sort of trodden down pathways too near, so I should be okay. I keep hearing the odd sort of word here and there, but I should be okay. Don't think people can come too close. That's one rule about self-camping, trying to keep away from where people, where people are going to walk. So I wasn't going to come out tonight. I was supposed to come out a couple of nights ago, but I was too ill, and I nearly didn't come out tonight as well, because I developed when I was chewing, it was kind of painful to chew on my tooth. So I made an appointment for the dentist. I had to wait a month because he was busy, overbooked for that appointment, and then he told me, yep, your tooth's rotten, it needs to come out. So I booked an appointment for that, and that's 5 weeks. 5 weeks, so that by the time I'm ready to go to that appointment, I've been waiting 2 months, over 2 months. So so while I'm waiting for this other appointment to have the tooth out, it's getting more and more painful, until the point where it was just painful all the time, and the pain never went away. So I made another appointment, emergency appointment, saying, look, is there any chance you can pull this forwards so that I can get my tooth out early? No, we're fully booked, but what we can do is give you an emergency appointment, and on that emergency appointment we'll have a look and see what the problem is. You know, it's a 15-minute allocated slot. But then why don't you just take the tooth out? It takes less. I was in there less time than 15 minutes when I had my last tooth out. But anyway, that's another story. So I went back and he said, oh yeah, you've got an infection. So he gave me antibiotics. And after that, even though I was already on the antibiotics, my around this area here was started swelling up, and it was painful to touch, and my teeth were throbbing, my gums were swollen, and it was just the pain around sort of this area, this whole area, and it was giving me headaches, and it was just constant pain. Painkillers were helping, but weren't doing very much. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I couldn't do anything. So I phoned. I sort of got worried. I was already on antibiotics and I was getting worried, so I phoned 111, and they got me an emergency appointment again for another dentist who just prescribed me heavier, stronger antibiotics. Two types of antibiotics that I'm on now, to try and fight the infection, which obviously the first antibiotics didn't do anything, because it became infected. It wasn't an abscess, but it's severely infected, and it made me feel so sick. I had, as I said, pain in the whole side of my face all the time, and I just felt sick all the time. So I couldn't come out when I wanted to come out. I was just too ill. But these second set of antibiotics seem to be doing the trick. The swelling's gone down, it's still a little bit tender, and I'm on painkillers. Every so often I don't take painkillers because obviously that's numbing the pain, to see where we are in the scheme of things, to see if the pain's still there. And I haven't been on painkillers now. About 2 hours ago I was due to take them again, because it's every 4 hours, and I haven't done that, and there's a very slight ache in my jaw, which means there's an improvement, because before it was just the whole side of my face was in pain. So I think there's an improvement. I've still brought painkillers with me, because I'm thinking, you know, you're never 100% sure, but it seems okay, and I feel better. I don't feel sick anymore. I was feeling sick all the time. So I think they're working. It seems to be working. I brought them with me as well, my antibiotics. A lot of rules with them. You know, one of them is don't eat, take on an empty stomach, and the other one is take with food. So trying to balance that is a pain, but they seem to be working, and I really wanted to get out, and I was pondering whether, you know, is it too early to come out or not? I don't know. Am I pushing my luck? But no, I feel 100%, but I feel a lot better now. Still haven't had the tooth out yet, obviously, but it's just about fighting the infection first, and we'll see how it goes. So I nearly didn't come out tonight, but I'm glad I did in the end, because this is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Squirrel! They're noisy, aren't they, squirrels? I've lost him now. They're noisy squirrels, and I'll make a lot of noise. I've lost him now. Fiddlesticks. So I'm, what, 6 meters away maybe? Not massively far away. And it does stick out a bit, doesn't it? But the camo netting would have done nothing, because that's green. All the brush around it is brown. So if I'd have put camo netting up as a fence, or threw it over the tent, it wouldn't have made a blind bit of difference in this brush. But it's quite low profile, isn't it? I mean, I'm only, as I say, perhaps about 6 meters away, maybe a bit more. It doesn't exactly stand out, you know, like massively. So that's not too bad. Yeah, I need autumn camo netting would have done the job. But it's quite low profile, so it doesn't stick up above too much above the height of the brush. So yeah, what else can I do? Don't think I can do anything else. That's interesting. Because it obviously it does depend where you stand. I think I'm about the same distance. It looks about the same distance to me. But all I've done is walk. I'm looking at it end on now. And I know end on's slightly narrower, but the height is still the same. But it almost doesn't seem to poke out as high somehow. Maybe it's because this is slightly uphill. What is that? Is it because I'm going slightly uphill maybe? I'm looking down on it, or I don't get that, because I am about the same distance. All I've done is walk from behind it to the side of it, or from the back of it to the side of it. It depends what way you look at it. But you know, there it is. I have to zoom in to see it. But where I was before, zoom wise, is there, and look at it, you almost can't see it. That burger only just fits in the pan. It is a monster burger. admittedly, but I never thought about size. Just fits in the pan. Still very slightly frozen. It looks like I've got to keep... Oh no, I don't. I was just about to say it looks like I've got to keep hold of it in case it falls off, but actually that's alright. So, we'll see how it goes. It's really starting to get cold now. It's acting like a little hand warmer. Of course I forgot my gloves. Wouldn't be a camping trip without forgetting something. I forgot my gloves. And it's supposed to be getting down, it's 7 degrees now, it's supposed to be getting down to 5 tonight. Which isn't too bad. But I really could have done with a pair of gloves. Quite annoyed about that. Still, how are we doing? Oh, look at that. Oh, blimey. That's cooking. She's cooking a bit too fast. I'm going to bring that down. Well, listen to that though. That sizzle. Lovely, isn't it? They cooked very fast. It's not been on there long. So I'm going to reduce the heat. I want to make sure it's cooked inside properly. The beauty of this is just to go, whee! Well, that side's not done as well. Let's carry on with that side. Oh, so cold. I'm gonna use the little, because it's not touching the pan. Neat little set, really handy. Dead chuffed for that. It's flexing. The old burger's not touching the pan on the other side. It's a bit annoying. There's little magnets on here so that it clicks shut so it doesn't swing open. Oh, marvellous touch. Acts a little bit like an oven as well when you keep it closed. I think that helps the cooking a lot more. See how it's doing. Oh, that's looking good. That is looking very good. What a smashing job this is doing. I'm really pleased with that. It's coming along lovely. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but I really like my burgers like really well done. It guarantees they're cooked properly, but also I just like things really well done. I don't like rare meat. So as far as I'm concerned, that's nowhere near done and needs a bit more time. I'll leave it a bit longer. Where'd the light go? It just like in 2 minutes, it just seemed to be suddenly really dark. I had to stick my headphones on. But that is looking superb. Absolutely superb. As I say, I like them well done. Also, being a thick one, I really like to make sure it's definitely properly cooked. For obvious reasons. So I think I might call that done. See what I'm going to do. Another good thing I like about this is, whee! You can take it off and use it as an actual frying pan. Oh, nearly lost it then. Right, so I have a roll. Normally a butter roll if I was at home. I couldn't be bothered to faff about bringing butter with me or butter in it first, because I don't like it when they're buttered like half an hour ago. And also I didn't bring ketchup or some sort of sauce, because I absolutely live putting sauce on my burgers. I really do. Normally I've got like a McDonald's one or a restaurant one kicking around, and I couldn't find it anywhere, and I was relying on that. I just didn't look before and just assumed that that I had one somewhere. It's really annoying me, that is. So I'm going to get a... That's camping life, isn't it? You have to put up with not having these luxuries. Well done to my wife for getting a really big old roll for the big burger. She popped in a shop on the way home because I realised I hadn't got any, which is jolly kind of her. Oh, sugar. Weight issues. Oh, that though does look rather superb. Could do some sauce, but it does look, other than that, quite superb. And I know a lot of other people garnish it and stick this in it and that in it, but I'm keeping it simple. Ugh. I'm keeping it simple, people. God, it has just like, it seems like I started cooking that burger, and it was light, and then suddenly, like, I looked up and it's pitch black. The burger didn't take like 5 hours. Right, so moment of truth. Excuse me eating it a bit funny because my tooth is killing me, so I have to kind of keep it on the side. But that is superb. For me, that's an absolute luxury. Car camping or camping out here, all I ever do is heat tins up. This is a first for me, so it may seem simple, no big deal to most people, but for me, that's a luxury. So despite the lack of sauce and perhaps a little bit of salad, yummy. Maybe next time I'll get braver and more experienced and what have you, the more I do this. But at the moment it was kind of like, just bring a burger, cook a burger, see how that goes. Let's not get too fancy and get above my station. Keep it simple, because to me anyway, that's like, I've never had a cheeseburger camping, backpacking, done stuff like that with the family when we've gone out to proper campsites and brought a proper, we've got a 2-burner and a grill we bring with us and do stuff like that then, but even then, yeah, most of the time it's just heating tins up or eating out. So this is, you know, it may not have the flourishes that some people do, but for me it's a luxury, and I will try to get better. So I'm going to eat this off camera because it's not a pretty sight, and I'll bring you back. So, tucked up in bed, teeth brushed, and nothing more to say except for see you in the morning. Good morning. It is freezing this morning. That OEX Leviathan sleeping bag is absolutely amazing, because last night I went to bed in this jacket. I didn't have, this jacket's a military jacket, it's got no lining or anything, so it's not especially warm. I just wear it to for stealth purposes. And it's a good hard wearing material as well, so it's a good jacket to wear. But I have to put a coat underneath it because in this weather it's freezing. So I went to bed. I stuffed my coat into my my tent bag to make a pillow. So I went to bed with just this on. After a couple of hours, I had to unzip it and take it off. I was boiling hot, and it's gone down to about 4 degrees. Although it feels like minus temperatures this morning. It feels a lot colder than what my app's saying. But so that sleeping bag's brilliant. I didn't have any shoes on. I had just thin socks, and I was really warm. And as I said, I even had to take my jacket off. I was just too hot. So you know, brilliant sleeping bag. Really does the job. Curious weather this morning, because when I got up, I thought I had enough moonlight just to sort of just about see. And I was thinking, God, I could see it was misty even with that poor light. And when I switched my head torch on, I couldn't see a thing because it was lighting up these water vapours, and I just couldn't see at all because it was so thick. So very heavy fog or heavy dew, maybe, I don't know, in the air. But the outside of my tent is completely dry. Don't figure. How's that work? The inside absolutely dripping wet because of I guess from my breath, and there's no wind to sort of keep a breeze coming in to keep it dry. So that was curious though, to have so much heavy water droplets in the air and the outside of my tent was dry. I don't get that. So I've got I didn't show you the tin, I showed you last time. I cooked breakfast, all day breakfast, I forget the make, but we buy it from Asda. Lovely. Got sausages, egg, beans, mushroom. It's a lovely hot meal. Some round thing that I've no idea what it's supposed to be. It tastes nice. I've just had a coffee. Once I've done this, I've already started packing up a bit. But I should start packing up and I'll leave. But it's unbelievably cold. Really cold. I forgot my gloves. There's always something I'm forgetting. First night I was out, first time I went out backpacking, didn't forget anything. I had everything I needed, brilliant. The 2 subsequent times, I keep forgetting stuff. Oh, it's really nice to get a hot meal inside me. It's so cold this morning. Hello. Bit of stealth. Being lost there. There you go. No, bit of stealth being lost again. To be honest, I more put this on just for warmth than anything else, because I'm packing up and leaving soon anyway, so if anyone comes, I'm going anyway. But it was more just the fact that it was freezing, and although this isn't particularly thick, it's better than nothing. Well, I should carry on eating my breakfast and bring you back when I leave. I like to do this first thing in the morning before I leave. Come on, you skinny little. Keep my tent pegs clean. Right, I'm off. It's I just checked the app, which told me last night it was going to go down to 5 degrees. The app says it's 2 degrees now. I thought it was colder than the app was saying, but I actually found ice in certain parts of my fly sheet, so you know, draw your own conclusions, because that's, you know, you can't have ice if it's 2 degrees. I didn't think you could. So that's why it's a cold one. But they didn't stop the enjoyment, because it's still great to be outdoors. I loved it. So I guess that's it really. It's just saved me having to do a separate film. LNT. That's where I was, that green bit. That's it. So if you've got to the end, thank you very much. That's amazing. Please subscribe if you can, because I'm hoping that's going to help me continue these adventures one day. And I certainly will be back doing another one soon, as soon as I can, because I really enjoy them. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Can I just say, 2 degrees mine, but whole car's covered in ice. That don't happen at 2 degrees. So I did pretty well, considering it was definitely 0 or below.